And of course, black people, the most critical, the most skeptical, the dumbest culture that I've ever seen in my entire life. You know what they're going to do? They're going to wait. And they're going to say, oh, man, no, we don't mess with it. Most dangerous city. Nigga, don't you know that there's more billionaires here? Bruh. I believe that Detroit is going to be the new everything. And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why, bro. I'm going to be honest with you. This is why Detroit is going to be the next biggest thing. And the next 10, 15 years, Detroit is going to be head and shoulders above all of these other cities. And this is why. Detroit is the only city, the only liberal city that has great partnerships with all of its suburban partners, Oakland County, Macomb County. They're all invested. And we're the only liberal city that has consecutively for over 11 quarters or 11 years had 11 consecutive budget surpluses. We're the only city that's growing our police force. We're the only liberal city that is in the positive and not in the negative. If you look at any other city that has over 500,000 people, they are in a deficit. Their state is in a deficit. Their city is in a deficit. They're losing police officers. Crime is on the uptick, and there's less investment, and all of the taxes is going up, and the people that have money are moving out. New York, Chicago, Los Angeles, Denver, all of these major cities, they are moving out. I'm trying to tell you, bro. We always late to the party. We are always fucking late to the party. Bruh, it's so many fucking skyscrapers. I mean, it's so many fucking cranes in this city. We got a new $25 million park. They put $25 million parks. I could walk, literally, I can walk a quarter of a mile away, and it's a $25 million park that's opening up this weekend. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit. That Hudson's building right there, this one right here, this brand new building, that shit just went up. It ain't even open yet. It's already kind of too late. You know what I'm saying? Like all of that shit, all of this abandoned stuff that used to be out there, it don't exist no more. This right here that's going up right next door, this is going to be a JW Marriott. They bidding for all of the newest NCAAs. I think the NCAAs, the tournaments, a lot of the tournaments are supposed to be played here in 2027. It's over. It's already up. It's already up. They got new parks, new stadiums. It's the new park that's going on. It's crazy, bro. Literally, it's opening this weekend. To see how things have changed so much.
Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Centennial Park is expected to become one of the city's signature destinations, connecting neighborhoods, families, and visitors to the water in a whole new way. I got a chance to get behind the scenes for a first look.
We're putting some final touches on some of the landscaping.
The new Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Centennial Park is designed with intention. Gorgeous views of the Detroit River framed by the Ambassador and Gordie Howe bridges. The 22-acre park has been years in the making, first imagined back in 2017.
During that time, the land parcel was just flat.
Rhonda Collins and Karen Slaughter Duperi are two women who have been on site nearly every day, overseeing its construction, helping to bring this vision to life.
If you want to come to the park and fish, wherever you see the railing, you can fish.
They walked me through the park's four main areas, starting with the William Davidson Sport House. It's a giant covered pavilion with full-size basketball courts that can be used year-round.
So William Davidson was the original owner of the Pistons back when they was you know, back when they had one at the Palace, the '04 Pistons and stuff. When he died, he wound up selling the team over to Platinum Equity and Tom Gores, who is now the owner of the Pistons.
Our focus primarily was to put in place the top of the concrete canopy, and then also to install the columns at the angles that you currently see them.
Next to that, a big grassy area to be used for picnics, concerts, and outdoor movie nights.
So people would just kind of bring blankets and sit on the hill and just chill out and watch a big screen. Well, as a matter of fact, during the opening, the 25th and 26th, the Jacksons will be here. And so you can have that type of concert, and we'll have gospel on
Literally, it's going to be this weekend. It's one of the reasons I'm going to be in the city this weekend.
Sunday. In the wintertime, because we are thinking about all the seasons, that's your sledding hill. And we'll probably have igloos in the sport house. And this is the water garden?
This is the water garden.
This used to be a parking lot.
Wow.
And we carved it out.
Water from the Detroit River is pumped into this pond for nature-based educational programming and beautiful views. Up next is the Delta Dental Play Garden. It's a children's playground with slides imported from Denmark. There's a tandem slide for adults and kids, and an area for little kids too.
So this is the Henry Ford top lot. We've got a small miniature version of Fort Wayne over here. And then we also have some really nice animals that we had some of the local elementary school students to actually design these animals. So we have a bird, a fox, and then a bass.
Plus an interactive water play area that will open in spring of 2026.
October, a little too cold. A little too cold.
For both women, the project represents far more than a park. It's about pride, progress, and Detroit's renewal.
So if you see the glass building that's over there to the right, that's behind the other taller buildings that's kind of overseeing it, that's where we at right now. So the park is right there. And then if you go to see it, you see the Renaissance Center, which is where General Motors is moving out of. And General Motors is moving into that tall ass building over there, which is also going to have condos, and it's going to have a hotel, the Edison Hotel. And then that glass building where you see those docks at, where the boats is at and stuff like that, that's where my building is, right there where that glass building is. And that's also where they build the next door, the JW Marriott. That's also going to be connected to the convention center that used to be Cobo Hall, but now it's the Huntington Place. And that's where we also have the auto shows in the wintertime, the charity preview events, and all of that other stuff. So it's a lot happening, bro. It's so much happening. There's so much going. Yep, that's the main post office that you see on the left-hand side. And this riverfront, it stretches miles and miles, right? So you can literally walk this entire riverfront. And they redoing everything that's all further down. It's like 25 miles of riverfront. And it also overlooks Canada. So Canada is on the other side of the riverfront. And then you got the entire city that's being built up around it. So literally, this walks all the way down to the DeQuinder Cut. The DeQuinder Cut, now they building it to where you can actually bike all the way through all of the neighborhoods. And they're redoing all of the neighborhoods. They're tearing down certain portions of the freeway, and they're making it more green space. So it's crazy, bro. It's insane. So why would I invest, or why would I spend money, or why would I go out of town when I've lived through when the city went through bankruptcy in 2008, which I predict that's going to happen to Chicago. So meanwhile, Chicago is fucked up, right? Los Angeles fucked up. $1.5 billion budget deficit. We growing our public safety, police officers. That's why we so invested in who's going to become mayor of Detroit, because we don't want them to fuck it up. We don't want them to mess up everything that's been happening. And we very vigilant on vetting who's going to become the mayor of Detroit, because we've been through it, and we're not trying to be like Chicago. We're not trying to go through what Los Angeles is going through right now. We don't want no fucking socialists like Mom Donnie over there in New York. We don't want none of that stuff. I'm going to tell you what the next place is going to be popping. You want to know what the next place is going to be popping? That's underinvested in, that's underutilized. In the city right now, holla at Dre, so you know what it's at. Mika been here. Mika know what it's like in Detroit. It's lit here. But the one benefit is that the Detroit mayor that was at the core of turning all of this around, now that he's leaving office, he's actually running for governor. So he gonna hopefully replace Gretchen Whitmer, and he's gonna take a bipartisan approach to actually fixing the whole state instead of being focused on just Detroit, because Detroit is the core of what's really happening in Michigan. And so the former Detroit mayor, that's the architect and the businessman, because he's actually a businessman. He's not a diversity, equity, and inclusion leader. He's actually a person that was a CEO of hospitals here in Metro Detroit. So he understood it from a business perspective, and he's running as an independent. But so we mess with Mike Duggan. Mike Duggan really did his thing. But we vigilant, man. And honestly, the next place that I think is going to be next up, I think it's going to be Memphis. I think it's going to be Memphis. This is my guess, right? I'm making an educated guess. It's too liberal over in the DMV. It's too many politics to stop them to doing what they did. I think that Memphis is up next, bro. Because Memphis is in the perfect place. Think about it. Think about it. If you're an investor, right, and you're trying to understand where you're going to put your money at next, why would Memphis is perfect, right? Because you got to have a anchor in the Midwest. We going to fucking kick Chicago in the ass. That's just the reality of it. We already kicking ass. We in a surplus. We growing. We got a ton of investors. And let me tell you why Chicago is really going to catch hell. Whenever you leave somewhere, there's always somebody that's willing to catch the bag. So a lot of investors are actually leaving Chicago because the mayor over in Chicago is looking to raise taxes on the people, especially for the people that generate the most revenue and build the most jobs. They have an assault on business. So what business leaders are doing is they saying, where can we invest at, right? Where can we move our money at? What's up and coming? Where can we get in a little bit cheaper? And who will be more business friendly? And then we'll just bring our jobs and we'll bring manufacturing and we'll bring everything there. So y'all sitting there as liberals saying, no, tax the rich. You fucking up your own economy. You messing up your own opportunity. And think about it. If I'm a developer or if I'm a person that's looking to try to figure out where do I want to go next? First of all, what benefits Memphis is that Memphis is on the ground floor right now. Memphis also has a mayor that plays his cards correctly, because even though he black and he got to put on for the liberals to stay in office and to stay in the good graces of MSNBC, he working with the Trump administration. Memphis, the police chief, they like, let's clean this shit up. So they already cleaning Memphis up, right? They already embracing federal government, which is going to make them a great partnership for getting more federal dollars to invest. When you see these liberal cities push so hard back at the federal government, they cut themselves off. They basically choke themselves off by daddy. Think about the federal government like a parent, right? You saying Memphis is hood. Yeah, Memphis is hood now. But Memphis ain't going to be hood the whole time. Think about a parent. I had a conversation with my daughter the other day because I built her a house, right? But I haven't given it to her yet because I said, listen, why would I give you a house if I don't feel like you're going to be responsible with even keeping your room clean, right? And so she could say, no, this and that, and argue back with me, right? Or she could shut the fuck up and take the hint and make sure that her room is clean every single time I come up there and check on it. So that's what she did. She said, all right, you know what? You right, Dad. You right. But see, liberal cities is the children. If we got 50 children, right? We got 50 states and we got 50 children. And daddy is like, you know what? I'm looking to take care of y'all. But you got this one child named LA or California. And that's the oldest, right? You got your oldest child, California, and you got your second oldest child, New York. And in LA, little Los Angeles over there, it's a liberal girl, and she want to wear nose rings and want to put piercings, and she decide that she want to vote blue, right? You still love her, but you got to let her go through some shit. Fuck that. I'm not gonna keep on looking out for you. Then you got her gay brother, right? Her gay brother is New York. Yeah, her gay brother is New York. Now you know that New York got all of the potential in the world. New York has been a beneficiary of your greatness. They was one of the first ones that was there when you really started getting the money, right? And you've been taking care of them and you let them go to college, but they decided that they wanted to go into liberal arts. And now they decided that they wanted to come out the closet. They want to come out the closet. So what do? Usually the youngest are the ones that benefit the most. I'm breaking it up. Usually the youngest are the ones that benefit the most. But see, you got Tennessee over here. Yeah, you got Tennessee. And you got Tennessee 1 and Tennessee 2, and they twins. But one of them was the bad twin and one of them was the good twin. The good twin is Nashville. The bad twin is Memphis, right? But the bad twin is now starting to come to their senses, and they're like, damn, man. I know I've been dissing you, Nashville, for a long time, but you niggas is up. I'll get money. Now, remember, Tennessee is a state, one of the few states in the United States of America that has no state income tax. Why do you think a lot of people like the Ben Shapiro's and all of these people moved over to Nashville? They moved over to Nashville because they know that Tennessee, which has a red governor, right? Their governor is a Republican, and they don't believe in high taxes. So when you see how this stuff is playing out, you got to start paying attention. Memphis is in a great spot. If I'm a black person that is born and raised and lives in Memphis, it ain't no fucking way that I'm not investing in my city. Because Memphis should be doing the same thing that Detroit did. Memphis has phenomenal bones, has great location, great bones, great all of that. But Memphis has been liberal and they've been infatuated with black culture. That has been the toxicity that has kept them down. High crime, high drugs, high all of that. Motherfuckers don't know how to act like they don't know how to act. Right? So now, though, that Memphis is evolving because you have a cosplaying mayor, and that's what these liberal cities need. They don't need socialists. They don't need pro-black. They don't need all of this blue shit. They need a Republican thinking mayor that's acting like a Democrat. Because the people are not going to accept you if you just say, hey, I'm Republican and I want to fix your city. They're going to call you a coon. They're going to say you negative. Don't even matter. Hey, guys, I want to stop crime. I want to put more police on the street. No, fuck that. We want to kill each other. That's not how it's going to play out. You got to have somebody that runs like they're a Democrat, but acts like a Republican and is willing to work for the federal government. In order to fix niggas, you got to act like a nigga. You got to put the medicine inside of the candy. You got to pretend like, you know what? Yeah, forget the man. Hey, man, we going to fix this shit over here, bro. We going to fix this over here, bro. You can't just be straight up with them. You can't be just straight up with them.